Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video, we are going to see how we can create a frameless Papercut lightbox. So as the name suggests, you do not require any frame to host this lightbox. All you need is the template, some paper and a little bit of work and your lightbox is ready. The biggest problem is getting free templates for this kind of lightbox. I could only find one template which I utilized for this video. I have dropped the link in the description box. You guys can check it out later. Slightly long video. So guys, buckle up and let's get started. So the template has multiple parts. You have a template for the base, you have template for the sides, and you have templates for the layer itself. And you have to cut all these templates and all these pages. And after that, the assembly process begins. The paper that I have utilized for this lightbox is 300 GSM off-white watercolor paper because this is a frameless lightbox. And hence the paper needs to be a little thicker and sturdy. So I'm utilizing this thick 300 GSM watercolor paper. For doing the paper cutting, I'm utilizing OLFA paper cutting knife as it provides a better handle for thick paper. And the template itself is fairly straightforward in terms of cutting. You will find two kinds of lines all across the template. One is solid black line and the others are dotted lines. The solid black lines are the ones where you need to cut. Doesn't matter where those lines are, you just need to cut along those solid black lines and your layers, base and the frame will be ready. The dotted lines are for folding purposes because for the base you need a little bit of low poly folding and pasting here and there to get the base ready. So like I said at the very beginning, this is a frameless lightbox, so the frame itself is made out of paper, and to give this lightbox a little strong base, a little bit of folding is required in the base area only. On the side frames and on the layer itself, no folding is required. So all you need to do is to cut each of these layers and base and frame, and once they are cut, then we'll proceed into the assembly process. So guys, here we are with everything cut. On the left hand side are the layers, in the middle are the side frames between which the layers will be assembled, and on the right hand side is the base. As you can see that I have already scored the base. I have created the crease lines on the exact same places where it is on the template. To know where to draw the crease after cutting out the paper, what I had done was that with the tip of the blade I have created pressure marks or puncture marks on the lines so that I know where to draw the line. And I forgot to record the scoring process, but I used the normal method that I utilized in my low poly videos. The same way I have scored this also. Now there is not much to explain here. So there are scoring lines on the sides. You need to fold along those lines so that you can start building the side frames. The way this frame is modeled is that it is surrounded by double paper wall on all four sides, providing a solid base at the bottom, and that's what those scoring lines are for. And on one of the side you will also find that there is a hole to let the wire through, and a little bit of slice form technique to connect the two sides together on the smaller edges. So I cannot explain much on this, so what I will do is that I will put the video in slightly fast mode and let you guys watch through the entire process. Since the paper is very thick, so every time you utilize glue to attach the sides to the base of the paper, you will need to hold it for quite some time before you can release it, otherwise it will just pop out of. That's why you see that after pasting it, I'm holding it for quite some time before releasing it. And on every side there is a small layer on which you need to apply the glue and then attach it to the base of the paper, and you have to follow this process for all the four sides. On the smaller edges of the base, there is a bit of slice form strip that you need to entangle with each other or slip into the slots, and only after that you fold the sides and paste them to the base. And this you have to do for both the smaller sides. That small slice form strip basically provides more sturdiness to the base, and the base remains strong. Okay, so after cutting, the toughest part was the base, and that is done. Next, on the side frames, which contains a lot of slots in the center, you need to score on the sides and fold those, because the the two folds that you create will host the frontmost and the backmost layer of the light box. Those will be firmly attached to these two frames, and rest of the layers will slide into the slots that you see at the center. So do the folding for both the side frames. Once you have folded the sides of the side frame, this is how they are going to fit on the smaller edges of the base. The measurements for this light box are extremely precise, so if your scoring is even slightly off, chances are that either it will not fit into the base or it will be too loose to fit into the base and it will keep falling off the base. So you have to be very careful with your cutting, scoring and everything. Now that we have the side frames ready for assembly, what we need to do is to securely glue the front and the back using those folded flaps, just like we do in the low poly model. We'll apply glue on these folded flaps and secure the front layer in this case, and at the last we are going to do the back layer. So apply a thin layer of glue onto the folded flap and then perfectly align the layer with the folded flap and attach it to the first side frame. The next step is to start pushing the remaining layers into the slots. So on every layer you will find two additional pieces on the side, which is nothing but basically a portion of paper which will slide into these slots and fix into it. So you need to insert it and then pull it down, because there is a slight cut on those extra pieces to attach it to the slot securely. So push the layers into the sequence, and once you have inserted all the layers except the last one, because that need to be glued again, you take the other side frame and you start pushing these pieces into the slots of the other side frame also. So basically we are first finishing the slot alignment process, and once that is done, after that we will apply glue onto the remaining flaps and attach the front and the back piece securely, which will kind of prepare our light box structure. So if you have done the cutting correctly, the way this light box is designed is that the slot layers will automatically fit in perfectly and align perfectly. The biggest challenge is with the two layers, the front and the back, which you need to glue. So if your paper is folded or bent when you are gluing it, if the layer is bent in the center when you are gluing the two frames, then the chances are that your layers will bend towards each other at the center. And this happened with me slightly. The first layer started bending because when I applied the glue, the paper was not straight. So you have to be really careful when you are gluing the layers. And this is how the entire structure will fit into the base if you have done properly. And now the next step is attaching the light. For the light, I am utilizing a small LED strip of low intensity, which I will paste at the center. You can directly paste it, because normally the LED strip comes with a tape residue at the back, so you can paste it to the base, or you can utilize double-sided tape also. Also, if you have done the base correctly, you will find a hole on one of the smaller sides through which you can put the wires, and you can paste the strip on the center of the base. You can connect the wires to a LED adapter, which will light up your entire light box. Once you have secured the LED strip in its place, put the light box frame and layers back into the base, and then just power on your LED and see the magic. So this is how the light box will look when you switch on the light, and even if there is no darkness in the room, the light box still looks pretty nice, especially if you have used thicker paper. One thing I would recommend is to use low intensity LED lights so that the light box is not overly bright. So guys, this is it, and this has been one of the most unique and beautiful light boxes that I have ever made, and I was so happy with the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you guys liked the video, then please do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with all your friends. Also, please do subscribe to my channel for regular videos on paper arts and other forms of arts. And I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.